For those of you watching, this model is not really that bad. I think people make it out worse than what it really is. The fact of the reason is that you've got a bunch of different seams on this because you're doing 3 different seam lines here, here, and here, not to mention on the back sides. It's not like a regular fuselage for a plane with the wing seams. You know, you got 2 here and 2 here, which is about normal. You got to add in these 2 and these 2, not to mention this and this, which isn't too bad, but it just kind of triples everything. It's a 1970s kit. What do you expect? The only thing I had to do to make these look good and make them look pretty was, by the way, I can't really see comments too much with the way the camera's angled, but maybe I'll get back to those comments and try to answer them later on my thread in case you're asking them. I'm only standing up right now so I could see that you're posting comments, but I mean, overall, I think I'm doing fairly decent on this. You could see where I've done seam work here and here and here and here, but a lot of these, like inside of the wings, they've got, you know, like the things that pop out the mold, so you got to sand those down. It's got little high spots and low spots all along the edges. You know, if you hold this up to the light, you can see where those high and low spots are. So if you just sand them down with your files, you're going to get a better fit, which is what I did, which is what we have here. Otherwise, you might just have a failure to communicate, which is the way he wants it. So he gets it. So yeah, you know, just working on these seams. I figure you may as well watch, right? I'll shorten it in the videos because I know you don't need to see all this, but you know, you got that one right there, which wasn't too bad. Got some scratch marks. I'm sure the primer will hide that, but I mean, it's not bad. I did have a little bit of trouble putting on this cowl. I think it was molded in reverse with the way the pins are inside. They got a thick one and a thin one, but they were flipped, and otherwise the engines, it'll pop up in reverse. So I'm going to work over here on this side now. Thanks for watching with me, by the way. It's always fun to do. I've never done a live video for the models, but you know, this is a first. I've done one on my R2D2 building channel. That was on Facebook, though. Just cover this up. Well, these ones are easy to reach. I like it. There we go. If you want, get your cup of coffee, watch with me. I'll read all your comments later. There we go. Just kind of put that in there. I found the Q-tip kind of actually helped very well. So, no, maybe get yourself a Q-tip. That's what I'm using. Well, there we go. Just don't let anything dry out on you. That's the key. I've seen people do this all sorts of ways. I don't know if I've ever seen a Q-tip. Not. Can't remember. It seems to work out fairly well. It's clean too. As long as you don't get anything else anywhere but the tape. Like that. And just let it dry. I'm still trying to figure out the weight problem though, because this thing weighs a ton. I filled these up with some BB shots or fishing weights. Got about 7 or 8 in each one, and I put some Elmer's glue inside of them with the weights to kind of hold them in place so they don't rattle. Hopefully they sit on the wings and add a little bit of weight, and I'm gonna shove some down inside of here through this little hole right here for some weight to try and do some more stuff with that. Who knows? This thing's a tail sitter, a big one, an old kit, and a tail sitter. And it is a challenge, I will not lie, but I like challenges, and that's what modeling is. This is not a 2022 kit with 2022 engineering. It is a 1970s kit with 1970s engineering. So I'm kind of surprised that people hate on it so much when they forget about the technology they had for making kits back then. It was almost like you were kind of lucky if you got a P-61. So, you know, they made it. Yeah, look at that. Oopsie. See if we could get that groove back in there. There we go. There we go. Much better. It's never easy getting into these gaps. I hope everyone is doing good today. What is this? Saturday, the August whatever if. Shows you how much I keep track of dates. That's what happens when you work too much. This thing's got too much stuff on it. Good thing cotton swabs are cheap. Get yourself a new one. Doesn't require a lot of filler in this, so you know, I mean, that's a good thing. And you can press down easy with the swab, and it leaves a nice clean edge. I got a little extra right there. Oopsies. My favorite saying in the world, because that's what everything seems to be, is an oopsie. Here we go. I'm sure these will all come out nicely, and check for the fillage, see how well it's done, put a second coat on if need be. My goal is to leave this uncovered like this, and I'll cover that up for paint. And afterwards, I'm going to put that on, and then I'll put this on. Pew, 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 pew. Oh wait, I'm sorry, pew, pew, pew. That's only Star Wars, so ignore that. There are the seams. I think we got that. Of course, you know, I'm going to do the flaps all down, give it all the good stuff that it's got. Still got some of these parts on here. Got this. I don't know what to do with this when you put this on right here, but that was one of the things that needed work. Because if you go to put this on like this, it never actually sat flush. So what I did was I filed this down right here. That always helped. Like I said, with your comments, I'm kind of hard seeing them because I'm using the phone and it's in reverse. But see, I made it sit really pretty. Model making madness. Wish my phone would focus, but I got a broken camera lens, so you see that. I like doing this. It's such a challenge. It's not like it's hard. It's just a model. People make this thing out like it's worse than what it really is. So this is it. What else was I going to say? You know, I got the engines in there, and they spin. I'm going to touch all that up and all that good stuff. This one came out a little wonky, though. It's like a little sideways. I don't know why, but it is. So I'm going to try and maybe put some weight right down in there as well. Going to go to the Wally World. We've got some BB shot. I don't know if you can even see in here. Give me a second. Let's make some adjustments. They got this cool thing now called light. Let's see if we can see deep inside of here to see this lead shot. There it is. You could see it down there. put some Elmer's glue in there. You see it right there. So I'm going to try and get some more because they're past the pivot points. So I'm sure that weight will do something. I just keep dropping weights down there. I got to go buy more. I'll do that on this side as well. Put that in. So here's another thing that is really hard to control. Let me see if I can find it in the mess of a desk. As we know, modelers have messy desks because well, that's what we do. I can't find my canopy anywhere. That's always a great thing. Hopefully I didn't step on it and break it because I've been known to do that from time to time. And I'll show you the fit on that one that I'm not really going to try and build up too much because it's not a great fit. So I will just suck it up. Got my clear plastic parts right here. I don't know. Canopy somewhere. Let me see. On the ground. Carpet Monsters, I don't think got it. Or did they? It's incredible what happens when you clean things. You start finding stuff. At least that's what I found. Clean things, you find things. What have I lost? I've lost my canopy. And it's somewhere. Where? I don't know. Got a lot of bags here. Here's my zero, by the way. I went a little too much on the weathering because I'm still working on learning how to do that. I'm just using the wrong materials. So we'll get that. I like the little clear stand. I don't know how to use this thing. Oh, yes, I hurt my finger. I tore a tendon. Stinks. I got that. Trying to find my canopy. Give me a memento here. One thing I did do, I went out and bought some of this stuff for my brushes to try and keep them the tips pointed from now on. Got that, so it seems to be working. It's training the brushes. You spend money on brushes and you wonder what you're doing wrong. Part of the problem is you get synthetics, and those apparently do curl over time. This one will need some adjustment. People don't clean them properly, so I also bought brush wash. Apparently that's helping too. It's incredible what the internet does. Yes, I'm still looking for that canopy. I have no clue where it went at all. At all. It has vanished into thin air. My luck, it probably got stuck on me somewhere. Or made its way into the garbage can. Oh me, oh my. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. This is what happens when you go places for work and then you're not constantly eyeballing things. You lose stuff. Oh, flap. Look at that. Good place for flaps and clamps. Good thing I started looking for the canopy because maybe I never would have found that. Sometimes you got to look in the same places over and over again. You might just find them. Question is where I put my canopy. Oh, I used a bunch of tube glue on this too. So where I join these together, I use tube glue because it's just got such an awesome bond. I figure it's the best way to do things. That's what I used. For dipping canopies and clear stuff, I put them in a little bottle pledge. That way I can just reuse it, and it works out perfectly. And it's just a little jar. Got it labeled. That way I don't lose it. When I go to clean my brushes, like from my Tamiya paints, I just have this with alcohol in there, some isopropyl alcohol. Get your little deal there, just stick that in there and boom, clean. Looks great. Yes, still looking for the canopy. I have no clue where it is. You know, I'll find it eventually. I will. I promise. No model will go undone without its canopy. I'm probably looking in the wrong spots for it too. Picture pages. It's kind of disheartening. I don't know where it could have gone. Let's see. Certainly not in here. Yay, old garbage can. May as well look in the garbage can, right? It's not like I'm having any luck looking anywhere else for it. Looking on the floor. I don't know. It's just gone. It's gone. Anyway, these are it. These are the seams. I think they've dried rather nicely. I'm going to put a little more right over in here. Looks like it can use it. There we go. God, look how smooth this thing does. It's perfect. I'm going to have to remember this trick one day. I don't know if I invented the trick. I'm sure somebody else has done it. I can't be the only person in the world to have used a Q-tip. Everything looks good. I like it. All right. I'll try to find my canopy. Fortunately, I can't show you any good stuff on the canopy because I've lost it. It is what it is. Be what it be, and do what it do. I'm going to go read your comments and questions, and I guess I'll just go answer them on my page because that's the best place for you to guys see them, right? On there. So that's what we shall do. Thank you for watching me fill these seams in. It's been fun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.